lot of people are saying were saying that Deku should probably have taken this very harsh, seeing that he wasn't the chosen one. He was merely luck. There was actually, strangely, very many reviewers who said that, but apparently that is not what is bothering Deku. And I have to say, I like that. At least what I presume he is not bothered by that, or maybe that is not what All Might was implying. But it's more like the fact that I do not like that Deku's character has gotten a little darker, and I'm saying darker because he seems to be more obsessed about becoming a superhero now more than ever. He's not taking his time, and he is a rookie. We've seen that too many times now. But maybe, just maybe, he has some hope again. Yes, this is the Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia chapter 1 through 1. And I gotta say, I love the cover page. Keep walking forward no matter how tired you become. Why do I like it? Well, because we not only have Urahara on that picture, we even have Tsuyu there too. Are you telling me she is soon to be upgraded to one of the main characters? Because we also see her in this chapter, together with Urahara. And yes, please, get them involved into this. And so what broke Deku was not the fact of what All Might said, that many implied that Deku was not just the chosen one and it may have been luck. It's because he did not like to hear the fact that All Might may very well have headed towards its death. That is what shocked him. And that is what I felt is admirable. Many people would have actually felt down that, oh, so you mean I wasn't chosen after all? But no, what he fears the most is not that. He's losing his mentor and the man he has looked up to the most. And but even that can be a flaw, not because he's broken down by that and that, but also because he's hanging on to the All Might too much. He even acknowledges it's after all, everyone dies, but hearing the words was felt like a knife in the one. All Might tells Deku that he actually did talk to Night Eye through a telephone, and Night Eye was strongly, as we all know, against the fact that a quirkless middle school student was going to become a symbol of peace. But All Might still was insistent because he believed that Deku could be someone who can save others. However, Sir Night Eye says that intentions are not enough. If that makes him benefiting, there are many others too. However, All Might was insistent, saying that he's a benefiting candidate. And so that's one of the reasons why Night Eye had trained Togata until now. Because, well, I think he is waiting for the new successor of One for All to break down a little bit, to admit his fault and take the quirk to Togata. So Deku just simply asks that what did the quirk on the foresight says, and it was that 6 and 7 years from that day forward, there will be a day where he will meet a demise. And according to Deku, that is actually now, this year. And that's what Deku fears the most. He has to live. You have to live to see a moment where tell him, I am here. So this is actually more of a pictures of heartwarming, and that's what I like. But Deku is a little bit depending on All Might. He needs to evolve, and quickly. And All Might begins to tell him that when he faced against All for One, he actually thought, here's the goal, and so did we too. We all presumed that All Might is gonna die now. There was so many flags, but in the end he did not. But he did die as a symbol. So, and All Might accepted the foresight because, well, that was just it. But then when he met Deku and realized that how much that even despite Deku having no quirk, inspired him and keeping him living, and even what his own mother says. All Might has been determined to whatever he can to twist fate, and that's the difference between him and All for One. But still, All Might cannot feel like he can look Night Eye in the eye because of everything that has happened. The and he also says he doesn't want to hold back Deku for everything. But Deku is insistent on if all fate is so even if the foresight of Night Eye hasn't been twisted, hasn't been stopped, he will twist it for him. So yeah, but still. So Deku insists on talking to Night Eye, but no, they're All Might do not want to because of personal feelings and stuff like that. So yeah, are we still getting a hint that All Might may very well die after all? I mean, we're still not getting clear. We all presume that moment against All for One was his end. And in a way, he did die. He died as the number one hero and as the symbol of peace. The symbol of peace died, not the character, or maybe it's more, maybe yes, maybe it is appropriate to say, the character All Might died that day, not the person Tonashi or whatever his real name was. He did not die, but the symbol that is All Might died. So who knows? Maybe foresight could also have meant that, but no. On Night Eye is so very uncertain. His foresight is never wrong. So yeah, who knows? Can Deku prove himself worthy in Night Eye's eyes? Well, he better. I'm tired of him getting kicked around. And so the chapter ends with two gigantic villains having a brawl, apparently over because they're similar. And then we're reintroduced to that gal of the UA top students, the one called Hadio Neji. We also see her quirk and her skill bodysuit, which by the way is absolutely sexy. Not exactly sure what her quirk is though. It seems she can fire shockwaves or twisting waves or whatever. So has that something to do with her quirk, channeling shockwaves or waves and then fire them? As she knocks out the guys on the ground, she tells the two girls to knock out the villains. And who are those two girls that successfully do that? Well, none other than Suyo and Urahara, or I mean Uchaku, which is Froppi and Uraviti, as you know. There are new moves: Meteor Knockout and what that Fafroski's Knockout. Do not exactly know uh, how Froppi knocked out the villain, but I mean she used her tongue for something. Either way, the girls are practicing at the number 9 hero, a sexy lady called Dragon Hero Ryuko, and apparently their previous work placements turned them down when they search for them. So the two girls are training here and they're doing very well, and Ryuko is very impressed. And she's actually certain that they will develop their fighting skills and also play a role in that case. That case being the criminal organization 8% of Death, the Yakuza, and the Villain Alliance. May. So yeah, I think maybe she will cross Uraviti and Froppi will cross Deku's paths after all. That's good. If they are involved in the story, I couldn't be happier. But yeah, it ends with Tomaro entering Overhaul's office. Overhaul now dressed in a nice suit. What are they gonna talk about? Are they gonna be enemies or are they gonna be allies? I mean, I'm still having a very hard time thinking that Tomaro is gonna accept becoming an underling of anyone else. I mean, he was fine being the underling of his sensei, but that's only because his sensei was his savior. Is it possible, though, that Tomaro may accept only so he can use him? I mean, if you think about it, I think Overhaul is gonna be defeated this arc, and his criminal empire is gonna fall down. But that doesn't mean that Tomaro will be defeated. In fact, on the contrary, Tomaro can use that defeat to his advantage, recruiting many new villains. I think that's his plan. He's gonna use overhaul as a promotional piece in order to make him even more influential. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Of course, he could very well just refuse right there, and there's gonna be competition, and then tomorrow he's just gonna leave the office and say, "Beware of a one kid." Just one friendly advice. We all know Deku's gonna stop him because I hope he will stop him. And if Froppy and Uraviti joins that, that's all too good. Gotta say, those two girls, no, three girls were extremely sexy in that moment. They were really so adorable too. So yeah, I like the fact that we saw them in the story. We also saw a short glimpse. I think we also saw a short glimpse of someone else, but who knows? Who knows? I'm not exactly, do not exactly care about that. So that's basically this story. Just a little parade of heartwarmingness. Still, what awaits us next is very likely despair. So give me your thoughts if you have any.